Guys, this setup is so unbelievable. I cannot wait to make this video. I figured what way to bring it in. Then behind this seat of our Can-Am Turbo RR that's got tens of thousands of dollars in modifications. Well, we're gonna get into that, but take a look at Onyx, AKA DDG48. This sucker is so hard. Debuting DDG48, aka Onyx, baby. Let's get after it. Look at that beast of a Denali right there, fully murdered out with the Keystone Raptor in tow. There is nowhere we need to go except right here. We're gonna park this sucker up and we will be ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the Enthusiast YouTube channel. Now directly in front of me is what we have coined Onyx. This thing, it's big, it's fully murdered out in all black, it's bold, and it would be better with you on the titles. We got ourselves 3 sets of keys. 1 set for the truck, 1 set for the trailer, 1 set for the Can-Am Turbo RR with all the mods, and 3 titles that need a new owner, and we are actively seeking one. So if you love this setup, I want you guys to know that as you're watching this video, launch week is live through the first Sunday of the campaign. I am such a sucker for a fully murdered out setup, as I know a lot of you guys are as well, and truthfully, it's so exciting to bring back something that's so mischievous and devious and fully blacked out, because there's nothing quite like an all black setup. Am I right? I even decided to dress for the occasion. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you should enter right below. We're gonna start right there. It was destiny, it was fate. Let's make it happen. We've got ourselves a 2022 Can-Am X3 Turbo RR. Triple X seats with bench and middle harness, TMW doors with TMW door bags, a TMW low profile front bumper, HCR kit front and rear, MTS off-road suspension, tune and springs, MTS shock therapy limiting straps, shock therapy tie rods, LMUTV radius rods with pull plate and dog bone, as well as the rear links, 15-inch Alba Racing wheels with beadlocks, KWI clutch kit with the DR3 helix on secondary, Evo 91 and 93 tune, Evo shocker, Evo launch control, Evo charge tubes, Evo blow-off valve, Evo catch can, Rockford Fosgate head unit with amp, 6 speakers and 2 subs, 8-button switch pro, white Dune gear underglow, X-Brite chase light, Chupacabra race mirrors, custom windshield, and an XS battery. That thing literally has tens of thousands of dollars of modifications in and of itself, and this is the sickest side-by-side that I've literally ever had the pleasure of enjoying. The cool thing is it fits oh so perfectly in the back of the Keystone 415 Raptor. Since we're over here, we might as well start in the fun part of the trailer, and that is the garage. Let's go ahead and open it up right here. So we can step on into the inside of the trailer. So right now we have the garage set up as more of a recreation hub. As you guys can see, we actually have a few areas that can also serve as sleeping areas. If you actually unlock these little clasps on the side of these seats, you can actually simply just fold over with one hand this side and that side as well into a bed. So that acts as an area that could arguably sleep 2 people. And then we've got this bed up here. which I would definitely be claiming as a kid without a question of a doubt. I am 5'10", not quite 6 foot, never really got there. It was God's plan, not mine. I'm kneeling with a degree of comfort. And the cool thing is you can see from up here how much this area truly offers. Plus, I love to sleep in the absolute Arctic, so I'd want to get as close to the first zone air conditioning as I possibly could. So the cool thing is the back of the garage actually serves as a sleeping area as well once you have all of whatever you're hauling unloaded. Plus, if you want to keep some of your things safe that might be a little bit more subject to any mischievous nature of theft, whatever, you actually still have all this area in the garage should you want to have anything in here if you want. I love the back deck on these Keystone Raptors and all toy haulers in general. It's a really simple process. You've got these support cables, and then there's some additional feet that actually act as a true exterior deck. You obviously have your gate, so should you want to contain anything at all, you can do that. It has an auxiliary backup camera, so you can actually work on wiring that into the truck, which is helpful because this thing's not only tall, but it is long. And good news is, as a commercial driver's license holder, I have my Class A CDL. You actually don't need that to haul this thing, which is kind of hilarious in a lot of different ways because it is like literally the size of a tractor trailer, give or take. But hey, I don't write the rules. I just gotta follow them. All right, so coming on over here, washer, dryer, drain, some outlets, vents if you want to keep these little suckers open while you're actually driving, so that way you can get some airflow. There's one in the back corner here too, so it creates like a cross breeze, which is good if you have gas cans in here. And even obviously, let's be honest, anything motorized creates natural odors. In here we have the half bath with white vanity in this specific unit. Stainless sink back here. Mirror, what's Gucci vlog? How do we like the enthusiast hat and the duds looking fantastic? I do love that the Keystone Raptors have a specific detached restroom area just because, you know, obviously shoes get dirty at campsites or off-roading. So keeping the dirt out here will definitely keep mom and dad happy, or wife happy too. Now, all of these cool things that I mentioned are actually controlled right from this little control panel right here. And then that retractable awning is actually this button right here. So everything is controlled right from this one single unit, and then you can also control your lights there as well. TV, storage compartments, the whole 9 yards, but enough is enough. How about we head on inside? Nice glass door that is tinted, so you can also create a nice little privacy screen as well. All right, so let me give you guys a full prospectus after you walk through the garage. All right, so we walk in from the garage, and this is what we see. How freaking nice is this? It's actually ridiculous that we are in a trailer right now. All right, so we've got the bar stools up, 1 finger operation. All you gotta do is pull out the little lever, and as you can see, that stows when you go, but these are very nice because you can just sit down and enjoy your island. For the longest time, I never even had an island in my house, but you have the ability to win an island. Kind of killer, dude. All right, so walking around, obviously, we've got storage here, pantry right here with shelves, storage up there, storage right there, big old Vizio flat screen TV. That's the second TV in this unit. Fireplace with electronic heater and onboard sound with multiple zones. All right, so this one's color theme happens to be more of a light gray cabinet and white cabinet accent. I'm actually a big fan, especially with all the black hardware. We've got a quad pane fridge, dudes. Check this thing out. Not bad at all. And then dual pane down here for the freezer. That's cool. There's no beer in here, unfortunately. Nobody ever really gets the memo, but persistence is key. Persistence is key. I'm gonna have to talk with somebody about that. So we got our stainless steel sink, obviously our Scorpion style faucet, CO2 and propane gas alarm, very important, especially safety first always. We got a whole bunch of ceiling vents up here and another zone of air conditioning, as well as the lamps that are right here over the island itself. Right here is your water heater control, so that's where you can control obviously the temperature at which you want your hot water to be. That may or may not be the most legit official means of remembering the password ever, but guys, just don't tell anybody. All right, so right here you can control your hitch, your awnings, your generator, all of the triggers, the HVAC. Obviously go into the settings. Security lights for outside, exterior lights right here that you can control outside. The water pump, you can see all your tanks and how much fuel is on board. All right, let's pop on into the second bathroom, but the only full bath. More ambiance lighting. Let's freaking go, dude. Nice shower, black hardware. The throne, white vanity, black countertop, black faucet up here. GFCI, obviously it's important where any moisture is. Mirror and your typical vitamin cabinet. Coming on over here, this is more like linen storage as I would imagine, but you can use it to hold whatever you want. Coming on over, sliding barn style door with the overhead rail. Third TV, another light switch. Oh, this one's like kill them all. Okay, so that's good to know. We've got obviously our blackout blinds, a big old bed, wireless charging, storage up overhead, third zone climate control, obviously armoire and everything to store anything you need. And this is the third pop out right here. We absolutely love Keystone Raptors. They are killer trailers, and fun fact, when I was a kid, my parents actually had one. It was an older one, but we actually happened to use it to go camp all the time as a family, and it was just absolutely awesome, and I cherish those memories to this day. So stepping on outside of your fully murdered out setup by coined Onyx, you can look at how just sleek and simple this thing truly is. We've got steps that go up there, steps that go up there. Everything folds back up into the actual machine. This thing is self-leveling, so you can actually control that via the controls on the other side of the unit. It's in one of these hatches. Here is all your hydraulic equipment right here. This thing's clean. We have a whole bunch of storage right here, exterior receptacles right here, and here are your exterior JBL marine grade audio speakers, so that way you can enjoy your vibe outside just as much as the vibe inside as well. Big old LED lights, as you can see right there, and then there's one over there behind the garage, and there's also ambiance lighting up top, as well as lighting that you can actually switch on right there, so that way you can see all of your outriggers when you pull up to the campsite if it's at night, which is very helpful. You can't see it on the vlog, but you'll see it in some of the B-roll. There is a massive holy grail right there, which you can obviously see, but there's one to complement on the big old back hatch door as well, but that's down as we speak. All of the battery connections and terminals right here. There's your electronic leveling. That's your primary kill switch for your batteries. And then you also have a secondary kill switch right here if you just want to kill all the power to the trailer that easily. You also have everything for winterizing, exterior shower if you want to connect one, your water lines, your tank drains, your flush tanks, city water fill, multi-signal connector, and your solar plug if you want to plug one of those in, plus a little light right here. Look at that little light. That's a nice little light. And the cool thing is everything is lockable, as you can see. This is for your hot water heater. It is right in there. And then on board with this thing, you also have onboard fuel. So this is an auxiliary fuel tank, and this is your fuel for your generator. So 2 tanks on board. You actually have a pump right here for your fuel tank, or 2 40-volt plugs, so that way you can plug this thing in and obviously benefit from power on site rather than standalone power. Did I cover every single detail in the overview? Probably not, but I'm just gonna leave the excitement of getting to know this setup to you, so that way you can really get intimate with this thing, and that way you know all the ins and outs should it become yours. Dude, let's talk about this truck. We are looking at a 2024 Denali Dually 3500 HD, baby. This thing's got the 6.6 liter L5P Duramax married up to the oh-so-smooth, oh-so-properly engineered 10-speed Allison transmission. These things are killer. I happen to be really biased, but I drive a 2024 L5P Denali, and I am obsessed with it. I also love a lot of the other diesel trucks, but I'm a little bit biased. I mean, what can I say? It's got every single feature that you can imagine, plus a few that we potentially might have added to the truck just to give it a little bit of a touch, a little bit of a flair. Give it a little bit of a unique personality. All right, so we wanted to go with a really cool black and bronze theme on this truck. Small bronze accents. A little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, or a lot of it, a little bit, a lot of it. Anyway. And a little bit there, and a little bit there, and a little bit on the trailing arms down below. We're lifted up on a 7 to 9 inch Cognito lift kit, upper control arms, Fox 2.0s, Cognito radius arms, and of course the big old Cognito front drop bracket, which looks freaking incredible. A big old set of 26 inch KG1s rolling around on a set of 37 inch Country Hunter MTs with, of course, the beautifully balanced floating center caps in the front and in the rear. Obviously big old dually rear wheels. These things literally weigh a gazillion pounds, but the weight is worth the while because they freaking look amazing. Like, there's nothing that looks better in my personal opinion than a dually on a proper lift and a proper set of wheels. Big old dishes in the back too, big ones. So everything has effectively been sanded smooth, primered and painted on the truck. Everything in the bumper, everything in the grill, everything on the mirrors, the sides, all the fender flares, all the step pads, the door handles, the badges, the antenna, the steps in the back, the bumper in the back, legitimately everything, okay? We just have to give a special shout out to some of the vendors that always help us enthusiasts make these builds possible. These headlights are killer, guys. Check out the two-tone. So we've got black backgrounds with bronze accents in here, okay? And bronze accents right here, and then the white clears LEDs in the headlights. Big shout out to the boys at PPF Pros for helping to pull this truck and trailer setup together. They did a lot of the paint match, they did the headlights, they did the full trailer wrap, and all of the installation on this truck. Those guys are incredible. So all white LED conversion on this truck. Speaking of LEDs, we've got the boys at Boost Auto Parts in the mirrors. These are white running lights, amber sequential turn signals, and then up on the cab, we've got the paint to match cab lights from our boy Phil at Fast Headlights, as well as his oh so beautifully notorious fender lights that are painted and stenciled with Denali font. Also, do you like the custom enthusiast badge right here where the Duramax would go? It's the little things. I forgot to turn these on. We've got the Mid-South massive LED rock lights. These things are so bright, it literally looks like a UFO rolling down the road at night. We've got Mid-South LED door handles that are also switchbacks. These things are also like spy mode at night because they're so bright that they literally light up the vehicles next to you. It's hilarious. You'll just have to find out for yourself if you end up taking this thing home. And then we've got the Mid-South all-white LED front and rear dually bed lights as well. I think Mid-South is the only company that's doing it that way right now, and it's absolutely freaking awesome. Finishing this out on the back end of the truck, obviously big old dually, big old 8-foot bed, which makes navigating this behemoth extremely easy. We've got the nice tinted out Denali taillights that are obviously sequential LEDs, very nice. Totally debadged multi-pro tailgate, as you can see. This thing drops down just like this, and it is very convenient if you want to jump up in here and potentially service, unhook, or hook up your trailer to your brand new B&W hitch. Last but not least, let's step up inside of the truck and just remind you that this truck, even on these big wheels and tires, has full turn radius, lock to lock. So driving and navigating this setup not only looks amazing, but also feels amazing as the chief pilot in command. All right, guys, stepping on into the inside, I just want to show you something really cool. We're gonna start this thing up, and you might not be able to see it right now. LED starlit headliner with a fully custom suede headliner in this truck. Open it up, sunroof, just to give a little bit of light on the situation here. Here is what you're greeted with as the driver and owner of this truck. Every single option that you guys can imagine again, okay? So like real quick rundown, memory seats, automatic front up and down windows, folding mirror controls right here, door lock for child safety, window lock for child safety, mirror extensions, which they are out right now because we have, and then you can fold your mirrors in. All of your controls, 4-wheel drive, all of your exterior lighting options that will be very helpful, especially with this trailer if you're pulling up at night. All of your light controls. Cockpit right here, we've got heated steering wheel, obviously, and all of your other commands that you can control. Full digital cockpit, which is amazing. You can actually customize that too. Heads-up display. The very nice horizontally oriented to the driver display where you can go in and control your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Google Assistant. Go home, you can have all of your Google directly embedded, and then you have kind of like your multitasking screen right here. Dual climate control, heated and cooled seats on the passenger and driver's side. Exhaust brake, lane departure, parking warning, drop your tailgate, hazards, traction control, USB, USB-C. Obviously your keys and remote start. Plus if you double tap and hold the unlock button, it will drop all of the windows, just so you know. And you can also drop your tailgate right here from the key fob. Here is your trailer brake assist adjustment. Cup holders, big storage well. Nice center console organizer. Your 110 volt right here, another USB, USB-C. Storage compartment here, storage compartment here. Volume, which is an analog button, which I actually really genuinely enjoy. Bose sound system. Denali stitched into the interior. Denali right here on a nice aluminum plate on the center console. All of your controls for your rear sliding window, your sunroof, and your tilt. OnStar control, and then your garage memory switches. Plus this big engine start stop. I definitely feel like that was kind of a little bit overkill from the engineers of General Motors, but I kind of like it too, I'm not gonna lie. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a full wrap overview of Onyx, aka DDG48. You gotta drop a comment below and let us know how we did. We are obviously so excited to bring every single Dream Diesel giveaway to the world. So if you guys want to get entered for this setup and maximize your launch week max entry multiplier for everything that you see here plus $30,000 cash, tap that link below, check out all of our new releases. We are constantly and continuously working on new, fresh designs for all of you patriots, all of you freedom goers, all of you explorers, all you family men and women, and all of the adventurers out there. We are so grateful for all of your support. Absolutely loved having this time with you guys today, and I look forward to catching y'all in the next one.